and thank you for watching.
Before we jump in, I wanted to point out that while I have 5.8 thousand subscribing viewers, there are over 18,000 of you who watch but are not yet subscribed. Please do me a quick favor. Hit that like button if you're into fashion dolls and foolery, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on any new videos. All right, let's get into it.
In this video, I'm going to unbox and review more Xian Xian Princess Supermodel dolls. I know, I keep buying them. Let's take a closer look. So here are even more of the Xian Xian Princess Supermodel dolls that I got online. And I just wanted to get just a few more, and I just couldn't resist. So as you can see, they come with the plastic bag or in a box, which really shouldn't be broken, but it can be. And as you can see, this one is. And this one says FR 26, and you can see product information here, supermodel doll. My favorite part is product model. Look at the package. Oh, I love that. You can see more information there, service hotline, and all of that. And of course, we've got the stolen looks branding there, model. But let's get her out. And it looks like it shouldn't be too difficult as her box is pretty much ripped open. So let's see if we can pull her out. Hopefully her hair isn't... Oh, good. It looks like she's wearing a hairnet. Let's see if I can get her out and pull her out by the liner. Really very nice. And you can see she's got her netting over her hair, which is really very cool. And it looks like she also has plastic around her face to maybe protect from staining from the netting. And you can also see it says Basic Editions, Xian Xian Princess. I just love that. Xian Xian Princess. And of course, you can see this body looks very familiar, like the nu.face body, nu.face 3.0. But let's put her off to the side because we have several more to go. Let's see this next one, and of course I'll take a look at them a little bit more closely in just a bit, but I do want to just get them open for now. And it looks like this one has the same face sculpt as the last one I just showed you, which I believe now is called Tina. And you can see she looks quite similar to this one that I just got. I want to know now, like, what are the differences between them? Okay, so they're actually very similar, except for their skin tones are different. One is on a lighter body and head skin tone, and the other is a little bit more tanned. Very interesting. Let's put her off to the side so that we can see the next one in the group. And aha, I'm excited about this one. So is this doll, because apparently she's sticking to her. Well, let's see if I can get this open. Looks like I'm going to need some scissors. So let's see if I can get that cut open. And hopefully not have any issues with her. And it looks like she's ready to step on out. And it looks like this one is a different face sculpt, but it looks like it is the Gala face sculpt here with kind of a Hispanic or tanned skin tone here. Really very cool. And I'll remove the hairnet so that we can take a look. And of course that body. I'm going to pull back so that we can just take a look at the next one here. And it looks like, oh wait, before I do that, let me do this other one. I believe she is a Gala face sculpt as well, or head sculpt. And let's see if I can get her open just as quickly and make sure I don't break anything. Yeah, she is really taped in here. I'm scared I'm going to cut the hair or netting, so I'm going to stop there and see if I can just pull her out. And voila, look at her. You can't really see her face too much. Let's go pull this so that you can see. Oh yeah, it's in there so that you really can't see, but very, very cool. We'll take a closer look at her. There are two more. Now I'm loving this because this is, I had to get these dolls. This one actually has, looks like what is the Mackie face mold from Barbie, which I think is hilarious. As you can see, look, this is like a fake Mackie. I want to call her Smackie. I love that. Look at her hair. It's really very pretty and actually kind of a nice look for Barbie. Yeah, really very nice. I mean, not Barbie, Xian Xian Princess. And we've got one more, and she also, I believe, has the stolen Mackie head sculpt as well. So I'm going to see if I can just cut this, make it a little bit easier to get her open. Voila, look at her. Really very pretty, and her hair is really actually very nicely done as well. I'm like really like, wow, this is really very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the hair nets from all of these dolls so that we could take a closer look at each of them. This is a close-up of one of the Xian Xian Princess Supermodel Tina dolls that I bought, and the head sculpt now has been identified as Tina. That's what they call her, and she's really very pretty. She still looks like an integrity sculpt to me, but still very pretty. I'm going to go in so that you can see her screening here. Very pretty. Very simple, easy palette to be able to match with lots of different outfits, which I appreciate. I'm going to pull back, and it looks like her ears are already pre-pierced, but I would still use a push pin just to make sure you don't have any issues. And I'm going to pull back just so that you can see her body. And of course, all of them will have the same body, which looks a lot like the nu.face 3.0 body. And it's got all the articulation, which is great. Really very cool. And her hair is really nice and long with some very pretty curls. I did get another Tina doll, and she is in a slightly darker skin tone. It looks like her screening is very similar to the previous one, and I'll do a side by side so that we can see, but she's really very pretty, and it looks like even the hair color is very similar. And I'm going to pull so that you can see her hair. It's really very nice with some really lovely curls there, but let's go in really close on the screening. Very pretty. Really like what I am seeing here. Very nice. So I'm going to pull back because I do want to actually compare her to the previous Tina. And as you can see, they are in different skin tones. And actually their screenings, although very similar, are different. They do have different eye colors, and their lipstick color is different as well. The next doll that we have here is now I know as the Gala head sculpt. It looks like a stolen integrity sculpt to me, but still very nice. So now we know it is called Gala. It looks like this girl's eyes, although they're pretty, they're kind of slightly off there. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think. I can kind of see it's not bad, but it's a little, looks like it's just a little off. Let's go in so that we can see the screening there. Oh, looks like she's got a little something on her. Oh, now I've put even more. There we go. And you can see her screening here. Very pretty. I like the brown eyes. Goes really well with the hair color. I'm going to pull back so that we can see some more detail with her. She comes on the same body as Tina, and you can see her hair is really very, very lovely and very soft. Really very nice hair. I'm loving what I see. So I got a second Gala, and I got her in a more AA skin tone here, and you can see her. She's very similar, but her obviously her screening is still a little bit different, like with the lip color from the last Gala. And I really do like this head sculpt. Of course, I liked it, I think, when Integrity did it too. But let's go in so that we could see the screening as close as possible. And you can see she's actually very, very pretty. I like her eyebrows and everything. Very nice. And also, again, kind of a nice palette so that it's really versatile enough to put her in nice different outfits. And I love her hair color. I love that it didn't go with like a brown. It's more of like it's either a black or really very dark brown. You can see she's got the curls here. And her hair is really super soft. I mean, really very nice. This is a close-up of the next Xian Xian Princess Supermodel doll that I got. And obviously it is a stolen Mackie head sculpt, which I could not resist. I had to get her here. So I don't know if we would call her, we can't really call her Mackie. I'm calling her Smackie for stolen Mackie. I love that. I had to get me a Smackie here. She's very pretty, but let's go in on the screening. And it's very nice, you can see. Very pretty. I love that bright red lip, and they've given her a lot of blushing, it seems. Almost like she done got slapped. Barbie probably slapped her for stealing the sculpt. All right, so let's pull back so that we can see some more detail with her. Her hair, of course, is pretty. It's actually more of a curled, and it does feel like a kind of a different texture here. So I don't know. I wouldn't really use heat with this. In fact, I really wouldn't do much with it because I think you would ruin the curl pattern in here. So I'd actually keep her in the hairnet that she came with. But very nice. This is a close-up of the second Smackie that I got. I couldn't resist getting her as a brunette if I had the blonde. And you can see her screening is different. She doesn't have the bright red lip, and this one's actually probably a little bit more versatile. Also, her hair is a different type of texture or curl, so it looks like this one might be easier to play with. Let's go in, of course, on the screening. And it's very pretty. Again, very versatile. Very nice. And just take a look from this side here. And I'm going to pull back so that we could see some more detail. It's really interesting. I really like the curls that they have with her hair. Although there are a lot of strays, it's actually still very pretty. But what's really very interesting is to see a Mackie sculpt or a Mackie head sculpt on a nu.face 3.0 inspired body. So very interesting to see it. Just a different look for Smackie. Let's do a 360 of Tina in the lightest skin tone. I do want to mention that none of these dolls come with a display stand. These are just display stands from my own collection. And of course, I just want you to take a good look at Tina. Let's go in, of course, on the screening. You can see she's very pretty. I love that hair color on her and the eye color as well. You can see her hair. Some really nice curls. Let's go in, of course, on the face. Very, very pretty. And that is the 360 of the lightest skin tone, Tina. Let's do a 360 of the second Tina that I purchased. So although this doll is in a light skin tone, it's still a little bit darker than the previous Tina. But let's go in and of course take a look at that screening. And you can see it's similar to the previous Tina, but still different. Very pretty, nice eye color. And you can see her hair, of course. Nice curls. or waves, I guess, curls and waves. But let's go in, of course, on the face. I like the blushing that they gave her. She looks really very pretty, really a really versatile doll. And that is the 360 of the second Tina that I purchased of the Supermodel dolls. Let's do a 360 of Gala in the Latina or tanned skin tone. I absolutely love this sculpt. I even loved it when Integrity first did it. You can see those lovely curls that she has, but let's go in, of course, on the screening. And the Xian Xian Princess Supermodel, call her Gala. She's really very pretty. I love the eye color and the lipstick that they chose for her, and also the hair color as well. It's just really very nice. Just so many tones in it. But of course, we're here for that face. And you can see her screen. She kind of reminds me also of Natalia a little bit from Integrity. I know it's not the sculpt, but kind of reminds me a little bit just in her look. Just very pretty. And that is the 360 of Gala in the Latina or tanned skin tone. Let's do a 360 of Gala in the AA skin tone. Out of all of the dolls that I am reviewing in this video, this is probably my favorite of the bunch. I think she is so pretty. Let's go in, of course, on the screening, and of course it is the Gala head sculpt. And you can see her screening there, really very pretty. I love the blushing even. I'm usually not a big fan of blushing, but that's actually very nice. And you can see her nice, really pretty curls, and her hair is very soft. And let's go in, of course, on that face. And you can see her screening. It's really very pretty, very versatile. Even with the pink lipstick, we can really do a lot with this doll. And that is the 360 of Gala in the AA skin tone. Let's do a 360 of the blonde Smackie. Okay, so I know I'm making fun of her by calling her Smackie, but she is really quite pretty. And I do like the hair. It's actually quite different and unexpected. I expected, more straight hair with the blonde. But let's go in, of course, on the screening. As you can see, it's actually very pretty. She's almost has like a porcelain doll type of screening almost. And you can see she has a lot of blushing, a little much. And you can see her hair. I can see a little bit of her scalp too. I'm not liking that. And you can see her hair is quite pretty, a little frizzy, but pretty. But let's go in, of course, on the screening. Yeah, very pretty. She reminds me of the porcelain version of the Mackie doll. Very nice. And that is the 360 of the blonde Smackie. Let's do a 360 of the brunette Smackie. I think I like the brunette Smackie more than I like the blonde. She looks a little bit more versatile, kind of demure. Really very pretty. She reminds me of the Twilight Bella that Mattel did years ago. And let's go in, of course, on her screening. Very pretty. A lot of times I prefer my brunettes to have brown eyes, but in this case, I think they made the right choice. And you can see her hair and those lovely curls. Her hair is shorter than the blonde. A little bit frizzy. Just needs some brushing and smoothing. And then, of course, that screening. Really very pretty, very demure. Love it. And that is the 360 of the Brunette Smackie. Let's welcome our panel. First we have CEO of W Cosmetics, Veronique PERRIN. Next we have, representing the Coalition of Clones, also known as the COC, Gala. And last but never least, actress, model, singer, and Jason Wu's original muse, ALYSA Rodriguez. So ladies, I wanted to get your thoughts on the Xian Xian Princess Supermodel dolls. Veronique, I'm going to start with you, and of course you already have a note for us. And you say, thanks to ALYSA's attorney for finding a loophole in our laws, all the clones are storming into Edmonton. And Gala, you have a note for us. It looks like you're dressed for business here. And you say, the COC, the Coalition of Clones, invites clones from all over the world to Edmonton. And ALYSA, you have a note for me. And you say, I'm going to meet with Veronique and the other members of the High Council to put a stop to this clone invasion. All right, ladies, it looks like we have a clone war on our hands. And thank you, panel. So the Xian Xian Princess Supermodel dolls are a lot of fun. I kind of think of them as kind of like when you're in the grocery store and you see that pack of gum or that candy bar. It's kind of like that. As far as like if you were at the store at a doll store, maybe Integrity or something like that. I don't know. I know obviously they are knockoffs of Integrity toys, which sucks for Integrity. But for doll collectors who are looking for like a cheaper alternative, it is kind of a godsend because I know that a lot of people cannot afford Integrity toys, dolls, just because they're just at the price point that they are, and they're at a reasonable price point. It's just that it's just expensive, and especially these days when people's dollars aren't traveling as far as they'd like it to. I think that this is kind of a fun alternative for people who want to just buy something, kind of have a piece of something, even though it's not quite that. But it's a lot of fun. I think I'm probably going to stop there, although there are a couple of others that I do have on the way, but we'll talk about that at another time. So anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments below, because I also know that it's an economical thing, but it's also an ethical question as well. So it's kind of a mixed bag. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also, please make sure to click the like button. That's how I know that you like my videos. And if you have not yet subscribed, today's the day. There's a little button somewhere down there. You'll press that with the notification bell, and then you'll get notified of when I come up with new videos like this one. So thanks again for watching, and I hope that you have a great day.